Ladies and gentlemen, fellow councillors, will you please stand? We welcome our new Mayor and Deputy Mayor, Councillor Charlie Smith and Councillor John Jones, with our Chief Officer, Mrs Sarah Hayden. Thank you. Can I call on Councillor Yan Case to say a prayer to start the meeting, please?
Let's pray. We gather here today, Heavenly Father, with grateful hearts, mindful of our privilege and responsibility to serve our community. As we begin this meeting, we ask for your wisdom to guide our discussions, your clarity to direct our decisions, and your spirit of unity to inspire our collaboration. Help us to listen with patience, speak with honesty, and act with integrity. May our work reflect a genuine commitment to the well-being of all residents. May you bless our town with prosperity, safety, and harmony. And may our effort continue to contribute to the common good. So we entrust this meeting into your caring and almighty hand. And we ask for your blessing upon each person here this evening. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Many thanks to Councillor Reverend Janet for standing in to lead us in prayer. On to the meeting of the Bill Town Council. I will just start with reading the YouTube disclaimer just for purposes of watching us online. This meeting is recorded and will be uploaded to the Bill Town Council YouTube page. The aim is that decision making should be transparent and in the public domain, which will involve more people from our community and local democracy. By being in this chamber, you are consenting to being recorded and for your image to be added to YouTube. The images and sound may be used for training purposes. Any views expressed are the speaker's own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Biddulph Town Council. For more information, please view the guidance on recording in public meetings policy, which is available on our website. Thank you. So to move to the agenda, we have item 10, which is public participation. Staffordshire Police have had to give apologies due to something they've had to deal with quite urgently. So therefore we haven't got Staffordshire Police here today. So we'll skip straight to number 11, which is to receive an update from County Council representatives, to which I believe there are none.
No. Although just to confirm, I have sent the meeting dates for that whole of the year. The rest council. The rest of the council.
Amen.
Thank you. Councillor Yates.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Just picking up an issue on the county council representatives not being here. I did approach Councillor Broom and asking what his DHB was spent on, which was quite a reasonable request. It's something which is usually discussed if the county council representatives did take on. I have to say, I got quite a brusque reply, basically saying that if I wanted to know, I had to put a freedom of information request in, which, to be honest, is a complete and utter, considerable expense to the public purse just to get a quick answer on a very reasonable question. With the leader of the county council, Councillor Martin Murray, and again, got a response which basically says, please follow the request which is being put in by my group, but not wanting to leave that lying. I went back and sort of questioned the response and asked if he would like to attend a town council meeting, an appropriate town council meeting in this capacity as leader, and then perhaps we can ask him some of the questions which we can't obviously ask our members. He has agreed in principle. So I would like to propose that we do give the leader of the county council some dates when we can invite him, whether it be through a full council meeting or at a meeting of our choosing, and then perhaps he will bring our county councillors in tow with him, and perhaps we can ask all the questions which we've been waiting to ask for the past 12 months in the nicest possible way. I can assure you, because we really do need to work together on this. But I'd like to put that forward as a formal proposal that we do accept the leader of the county council's invitation to come and see us. And I'd like to put that to you, Madam Mayor, to consider. Thank you.
Okay, I've got councillor Garvey and then councillor Pradle.
I'm simply going to second that proposal that councillor Yates has put forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have a positive step forward to have the leader of the county council in. Thank you.
Councillor Pradle.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, could we have a vote on that then, please? Okay, so all in favour of Sarah providing some dates for the leader to possibly attend one of our council meetings? Thank you. So item number 12, we have Jackie Neville with us today as the chair for the Twinning Association to come and talk to us about the activities they've got planned for the upcoming year and a little bit about Biddle Twin. Thank you, Jackie.
They're all standing here, so we can put our pajamas on.
Is it better?
So, you know, this year, obviously, we've been twinned with Fusiano since 1987. So next year is going to be our 40th year. So we're really looking forward to that. But for this year, we've got in July, we've got students coming over. We've got 2 teachers and 12 students coming over. They arrive on the 5th of July. And I know Charlie's going to see them on Monday, and they're going to be doing various things throughout the town, really. But have a great time, and hopefully we can make it even better for next year for our 40th. So going back to the 40th, really, what I really we're really struggling to sort of keep the momentum going for Twinning. Obviously, it's going for 40 odd years. People that were involved earlier on are no longer with us, or they're elderly and frail and can't travel or help out or anything. So it's trying to create, you know, more interest in it, really, and it's how to do that. Because we try and, obviously, when the students go, we try and encourage them in the visits when they come over here to hopefully build in long-lasting relationships with the students, and it would be good, if they carried it on. But obviously, these days and ages, it lasts for a short time, and then they don't seem to build it again. So if you've got any ideas of how we can get the membership up, that would be lovely. So for the 40th year, what we've got planned, I had a chat with the president of the Twinning Committee in Fusiano, and Tiziana is very keen to visit Biddulph, and she wants to come in July next year. She wants to see the festival because she hears so much about it from me. So she wants to be part of that, and probably in the same time as the children. I'm not sure how we can do it, but work it, but I feel we can sort it. So that's not a problem. Hopefully there'll be a few others, and probably the mayor as well wants to come over. So again, that would be good. Claire Mayor is normally in office for 5 years. So it's good to build a bit of relationship with them as well. Regarding us to go and visit, because again, we want to go and visit, they have suggested either we go in May, when normally the Woodhouse students go, but it's not obviously a school holidays. Sorry, gotcha.
No, it's all right. Charlie will have seen, so I come in after. I just have my hand up so Charlie can see me.
Oh, right, sorry. So they've either said, yeah, in May with the students, but as I say, because it's not school holidays, it's not a time that probably could go out there. So the next suggestion was September, early September, when they normally have their festival on, and that's normally a good time to go. I tend to try and go there every year around that time, because there's so much going on in the town, and they haven't really got to entertain you much, so I can just hop in and hop out of things. Which is really good. But October is the normally official date of our 40th year of the Twinning. So
maybe we could sort of work out a visit to try and visit in October next year, and possibly we could do it in school holidays, maybe over a long weekend or something like that. And they would normally what we do is when we go over there, then we normally stay in a hotel, but it depends if the hotel is free, and obviously you pay your own way to get there. But they usually entertain you when you're there. So, but you have a fabulous time. So, and of course, the mayor's always invited. Whichever mayor, but if anybody else wants to come, you are welcome. So, if you've got any questions?
So I've got councillor Salt wishing just to.
Yeah, just because you've got so many hats, Jackie, this has just popped into my brain. So maybe, given that it's the 40th year next year and they want to come at festival time, maybe the Bill Festival could be Italy themed. So just an idea that popped into my brain.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we have come up with some suggestions actually about a possible Italian day, is what we were thinking anyway, whether we could have an Italian day sort of market and things, but also it'd be lovely to have a big event in the town hall that we could invite past members to or whatever. And even we'd probably try and do it like a video of going around the people that have been involved in the past that don't want to come to meetings, so they can say a little bit about what it was like. So it would be that's going through my head.
Yeah, I've got councillor Rogers.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, I wondered, as others in this room, we're going to put in your area. It's a fantastic place to visit, and I hope everybody else would like to get involved in the future. But in between, it's been, well, you've been saying you've been 40 years. I think possibly town council can help out, don't know in what way, but leave it with us, and we'll put it on our calendar events forthcoming and work with you and do something for the events. I can't just say exactly what off the top of my head, but I'm sure we can help out in some way and make it a big event for the people of Middle, not just for Swindon in many ways. And then when you find out what actually goes on over there, hopefully the membership will increase again to what it used to be. I won't mention names, but my cousin was there from day one, been speaking to her today, and she wants to get involved. And I'm sure other people will as well. Thank you very much. I'm sure we'll be getting involved somehow with you.
Lovely, thank you.
I think there's a valuable opportunity in contacting the schools and all the trips that have gone over the years, maybe chronicling some photos together like we did for the 60th and putting in it downstairs and putting a bit of an event on, inviting people who maybe have been to Fuse and Yarno before and sharing their stories and experiences. I think we did like an oral history, didn't we, for the miners? That might be something that might be quite nice. But we absolutely, I'm sure I'm not talking out of place to say that we support you as a town council and that we will endeavour to attend your meetings and supplement where we can. That's all.
Got permission to speak again because you're not.
Go on.
So if we can contact outside regarding like art themed stuff in Italy, that might be a really good way to go because they're really keen to involve arts in different events, and that might be a nice thing to think about.
Any further questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we've got item 13 to receive apologies and approve reasons for absence. We've got apologies for tonight.
Yeah, apologies from councillors Parks, Jackson.
Thank you. Number 14, declarations of interest. To declare any disclosable pecuniary interests and dispensations, and B, to declare any other disclosable interests. Has anyone got any interest on today's agenda? Councillor Lawton.
Simply to receive some expenses in a complete ban.
Thank you, Councillor Lawton. Councillor Salt.
B of the accounts, the expenses, and also to declare a disclosable interest in that James is a part of the Twinning Committee as well.
Thank you, Councillor Salt. The number 15, to approve and sign the minutes. The first of those will be the minutes of the annual meeting of the Town Council, which was held on the 12th of May 2026.
Yes, on that, the minutes have been recorded as present and as absent.
That's very honest of you.
I was absent.
Thank you, councillor Hopkins. We'll get that. to you.
You're being experiment, man. You're being experiment.
Yeah.
Is anyone who was at the meeting able to propose those?
I'll move on then.
Councillor John Jones to propose and Councillor Garvey second those. Want me to go through them? Yeah. So present in attendance. 1, election of town mayor and mayor making. B, presentation of claims of office to mayor and mayoress consort. C, acceptance speech by mayor. D, confirmation of amanuensis. E, speech by outgoing mayor. F, vote of thanks. G, presentations to outgoing mayor. 2, apologies. 3, declarations of interest, item A and B. 4, annual meeting of the town council, 13th of May 2025. We received those minutes. 5, election of deputy mayor, nomination election and signature of declaration of acceptance of office. Presentation of chains of office to deputy mayor and mayoress. 6, constitution documents and confirmation of key decisions. A, standing orders. B, membership of standing committees. C, to approve that existing working groups will continue to meet throughout the 25-26 year as appropriate. D, appointment to outside bodies. E, financial regulations. F, emergency plan and business continuity plan. G, code of conduct. H, internal health and safety monitoring councillor. I, internal auditor and monitoring councillors. Item 7, financial mandate banking arrangements, signatories, mayor's charity account and banking mandate, and public sector deposit fund. Additional agenda items 8, minutes to approve and sign the minutes of the town council meeting, to receive the minutes of the Wrekin Amenities Committee, to receive the minutes of the planning committee, to receive the minutes of the town and community committee, to approve and sign the minutes of the finance strategy and management committee. Item 9, accounts and finance, A and B. And that was the conclusion of the meeting. Are we happy to accept them as a reflection of the business discussed? Yeah, we've had them seconded, so show of hands, please. Thank you very much. Item 15B, to receive the notes of the annual town meeting held on the 19th of May 2026 and to agree actions that will be taken forward by the town council. Councillor Garvey?
Well then.
That's this one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Going through those and so notes of the annual town meeting bid off 19th of May 26, 6 p.m. Present in attendance, 1, apologies. 2, to confirm the minutes of the last annual town meeting. 3, presentation of the annual report. 4, presentation on town council's current areas of work. 5, report on recipients of community grants. 6, open forum. And that was the conclusion of the meeting. We've had a proposal and a seconder. We're happy to accept those.
Sure. Hang on, sorry. I sent apologies for that meeting. And it's not.
Can we record apologies for councillor Hopkins?
I think it'll be there.
Yeah, you got one, and then Tuesday.
Just, I've just said that. You want to, so I was just going to speak on the actions that we agreed to take forward from that meeting.
Yeah, so as you know, the annual town meeting isn't a town council meeting, albeit the majority of people who are there are representing the town council. But the actions that were presented, the discussions that were had at that meeting, to decide as a town council whether we want to move any of those forward. So for those who were there, if you recall, an elector had emailed in with 3 questions, particularly in relation to Halls Road. So my suggestion would be as a town council that we write back on our behalf with the responses that we raised at that meeting. There was also a suggestion that Councillor Salt would speak at town council about PCSO hours as she had done at the district council. So you need to decide if you want to receive that presentation here. And also the town crier sent a note to advise us of the British Championships. So we need to write back to him and thank him for that and offer our support. So they will be the 3 main actions that came out of that. Obviously, say we didn't take those forward as a town council. It wasn't.
Right, Councillor Rogers.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Just basically, one of the questions about Halls Road, we have now been completed on the road junctions, etc.
Good. Okay.
Okay, I know it wasn't done after the question been asked, it's been in the pipeline for a long time, but it's now completed.
So,
Yeah, we want Sarah says.
so we move all 3 on block.
Yeah, I think so. You want it, that's okay.
Oh, we've got a second for that to move all 3 on block. Councillor Redfern, if you can have a show of hands, please. Thank you. So 15C, to receive the minutes of the planning committee meeting held on the 19th of May.
No, I'd like to move those minutes.
Thank you, Councillor Vardy. That's the 8th second of those. Okay, so just to go through those on the headings. Present in attendance, 1 election of chair and deputy chair, 2 apologies and approval of any substitute members, 3 declarations of interest, A, disclosable pecuniary interest and B, other interests, 4 minutes, 5 standing agenda items to consider any proposed sites for local listing, 6 to consider a new definitive map modification order consultation, and there was a document attached to that. 7 planning applications. 8 to consider supplementary applications received since the agenda was created. 9 decisions received from the district. 10 appeals, and that was the conclusion of the meeting. Now the show of hands to accept those as a true reflection of the meeting. Thank you very much. Item D, the Finance Committee was not quorate, so that will be rearranged. Item number 16, 2025 to 26 annual return. The draft document is attached in your plans. So the first action on that is to complete section 1 of the annual return, the annual government statements, which I'll need to read them aloud, confirm that there is a sound system of internal control, including arrangements for the preparation of accounting statements. So we've got the assertions. Yep. The slide. And do we have a show of hands after each statement, please? So number 1, we have put in place arrangements for the effective financial management during the year and for the preparation of the accounting statements. Is everyone in agreement with that? If you can show your hands, please. Have we got any abstentions? Any disagreement? Not everyone put the hand up.
Yes, but I'm not in favour of it.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, we maintained an adequate system of internal control, including measures designed to prevent and detect fraud and corruption, and reviewed its effectiveness. If everyone's in agreement with that statement, can you raise your hand, please? Thank you.
Number 3, we have assured ourselves that there are no matters of actual potential non-compliance with laws, regulations and proper practices that could have a significant financial effect on the ability of this authority to conduct its business or manage its finances. We can have a show of hands for that statement, please. Thank you. 4, we provided proper opportunity during the year for the exercise of electors' rights in accordance with the requirements of the Accounts and Audit Regulation. Can we have a show of hands for that? Number 5, we carried out an assessment of risks facing this authority and took appropriate steps to manage those risks, including the introduction of internal controls or external insurance cover where required. Have a show of hands for those, please. Thank you. Number 6, we maintained throughout the year an adequate and effective system of internal audits of the accounting records and control systems. Have a show of hands. 7, we took appropriate action on all matters raised in reports from internal and external audit. Show of hands. 8, we considered whether any litigation, liabilities or commitments, events or transactions occurring either during or after the year end have a financial impact on this authority and where appropriate have included them in the accounting statements. Have a show of hands. For local councils, trust funds, including charitable, in our capacity as sole managing trustee, we discharged our accountability responsibilities for the funds or assets, including financial reporting and, if required, independent examination or audit. That's not applicable for us as a local authority, so if you can have a show of hands to agree that's not applicable. Thank you. And number 10, we have put in place arrangements for the effective IT and data management in accordance with proper practices during the year under review. And a show of hands to agree with that. Thank you very much. And item B is to approve and sign section 2 of the annual return. Those figures wrong. If you have a pack in front of you, the figures on section 2 are included in your packs. If you've had the opportunity to read through those, we need to confirm those as an accurate statement of accounts. Would you like to move those on block? Just need Councillor Jones proposed we move them on block. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Proudlaw. All in favour? Item number 17. We've been asked to renew the Town Council's commitment to Biddulph being a fair trade community, and we are committing to widely offer fair trade marked food and drink options at the Council's premises, promote the Fair Trade Communities Initiative and support the Biddulph Fair Trade volunteers in their activities within the town. Would anyone like to speak to that item? Councillor Song. Councillor Guy, seconded.
Seconding that.
Are we all in favour to keep supporting fair trade and activities?
Absolutely.
It's unanimous. Thank you. Number 18, Mayor's communications. So I've not had an awful lot to do as of yet, but I do anticipate that with July coming up, that's going to change quite dramatically. The month began with a wonderful celebration that marked the 60th anniversary of our town hall, and that was on the 19th of June. Provided an opportunity to reminisce, and the accompanying slideshow showed a few familiar faces around the room. A few changes maybe, but definitely there. The event also provided an opportunity to award the grants and recognise some of the incredible organisations and volunteers that contribute to our town. I had the enjoyable duty of holding a giant check, which was actually quite heavy after holding it for a significant amount of time, shaking plenty of hands and sampling some really excellent cake, a theme that seems to be emerging in the mayoral calendar so far. Lots of cake. Later that day, we had our town meeting where we presented the council's achievements over the past year and answered questions directly from members of the community. It was a valuable opportunity for us to engage with residents and discuss the work being carried out on their behalf. Lastly, on the 6th of June, which was the weekend just gone, I was delighted to join John, the town crier, in officially opening a new business in the town, Biddulph Baristas. It was a fantastic new venture. It's a welcome addition to the town, and I have no doubt will be really well used by our community and visitors alike. I'd like to pass our best wishes as town council to Sandra and Clive for every success and prosperity for the years ahead, and I hope there's a lot of longevity in that business for them. Looking ahead, June has already brought a full diary full of invitations into July, and we're rapidly approaching festival season. I'm sure that both John and I will be kept very busy and the town's calendar of events gathers pace. Finally, you will all have received an invitation to my civic service on the 21st of June at Biddulph Methodist Church. There will be some upbeat hymns, a lot of primary school bangers, as we've been colloquially referred to, and it will be led by the wonderful Reverend Jan Case. There will also be a few ukuleles and, unsurprisingly, plenty of homemade cake, and I hope that many of you will be able to join me and my family to celebrate at the civic service. Thank you. No. So moving on to item 19, we have our standing agenda items. The first of which is to receive an update on the management of town council assets, of which I'll refer to Chief Officer.
Thank you. So still no feedback on community asset transfer. So there's no update as regards the potential arrangements for the future in relation to assets that we may or may not take on. But in terms of those that we do manage at the moment, just to make you aware, there's been things that have been agreed through the finance committee. So the new automatic doors for the town hall are to be installed not next week, the week after. We've completed ladder and chair and table inspections, blending valves have been done, fire extinguishers have been serviced and Saturday as repairs, and testing has been completed. So there are 255 items within the town hall that we are responsible for testing, and only one failed. So we took that as good stuff. There we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item B, to receive an update on health and safety activities, including risk management.
Yes, so just to let you know on that, fire risk assessment is due. So that's when the arrangement that we have with the health and safety lead at the district council comes into fruition, and he will come and assess where we're at in terms of managing fire risk within the building. There's a walk of the building, checks all of our paperwork and our plans, and that's due to take place on the 23rd of June.
Thank you. And item C, to receive an update on the Biddulph Works Together projects.
There'll be a couple of people to speak on this, but just to make you aware, if you haven't noticed from your emails, the next meeting is the 17th of June.
And so I've got Councillor Salt wishing to speak.
We've been talking about this for a very long time, but the book's been published. We've got a chapter in it. So this is a textbook called How to Tackle Poverty with Co-Produced Activism. Sarah and I've written chapter 13. So chapter 13 is in here, a big long chapter, all about the Works Together projects. And then I've co-written the conclusion. But it's finally in print. There's a nice bio at the front of Sarah and I as well about what our role is being within that project. But that's to put Biddulph on the map. So there's stuff in there from a global context. There's stuff in there from a council up north, and there's various widely recognised national academics that have written chapters in this book, and Biddulph has got its own chapter in this book, so we're very proud. Have we bought a copy for the council? No, but I'm never letting this out of my sight because it's going to take some bit of published, so you can't have a look at. You can have a look at it tonight. We're not taking it home. But if you want to borrow a copy, the council could purchase a copy for councillors to borrow. But the other thing that I'd like to draw your attention to in this chapter, which is fabulous, is this diagram that took me ages to get the permissions from every organisation in Biddulph to give their permission for their logo to be used in this chapter. So all the organisations that we're partners with are also in this book as well, which is excellent for the promotion of their work. And ultimately, Biddulph Works Together couldn't work without those people. That's the point. And that's why this project is very different to anything else that's come before. So all our superb Biddulph organisations that work with us on Biddulph Work Together are recognised on page 177.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to say, I think it's an important piece of work. And well, I think we should formally record our thanks to Councillor Saltown, Sarah, and anybody else that was involved in producing that. It's an important piece of work, and you should be very proud of what you've done. Thank you so much.
Can I also ask that the Chief Officer circulates the name of the book so that we can all support individually by purchasing a copy, even if you only read chapter 13. I think it's really important because we have 2 published authors in the room, well, 3 technically, got another one over there, but for this purposes of this one, we're supporting the work of the Town Council, and that work is really fantastic. Councillor Garvey.
Do we actually need a proposal and actually purchase copies for the town hall, but you get some, so we've got at least 1 or 2 in reception downstairs for other people to see when they visit. If we do, then
That's a result of secondly.
Given the price of academic textbooks, I suggest that we might need to increase that by like 380.
Sorry, Madam Mayor, I also should declare a community interest then. What I will say is that my colleague, Dr. Katie Goldstraw, any royalties from this book will go to Katie because she's the editor. It doesn't go to the chapter writers. And any royalties she does receive is going to Apple Collective, which is a poverty charity. She does receive will be going to charity. But given that I'm registered, I should declare peculiar interest.
You're going to do a formal book sign.
So are we looking at purchasing 2 copies perhaps?
I would suggest. I think that would be reasonable because I think we should have one available within the chamber here for members, but also it would be good to have it on downstairs available for the public to browse when they're visiting, because it's an important matter for the town to put us on the back of an academic text. Yeah.
Councillor Hart.
I'd like to purchase one of my own right, please. So if you put one in, you're putting in yours, but have one for me and I'll pay for it.
Thank you.
You've got it, yes. I'll give it to my
Okay, so the proposal has been seconded for us to purchase 2 copies. All in favour? Obvious abstention over there. Brilliant. We'll purchase 2 copies then, one to sit proudly in reception. But I would encourage everyone to buy their own copy.
Okay, 13.
And no one asked for photocopies.
No, never.
I'm going to borrow language.
You could read it, I knew you. If we can bring it back to item number 20, to receive an update on outside body meetings attended since the April 26 meeting. So has anyone attended any of the organisations and meetings listed since April? And if so, if you'd like to contribute. Councillor Hart.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Moors Partnership, forgotten how much I enjoyed it. And we're doing far better than we did used to 20 years ago, where we hardly got anything out of it. And now we are getting a fair share. Projects from both going forward, and we also have an influence on some of the luckier projects that get sent to Moors Partnership. and tend to put a little bit of common sense in, which is sometimes needed. And it proves that it doesn't always, and some people always suspect it doesn't always go to Leeds, it doesn't always go to Cheadle. We do get a look in, and we do thump the desk occasionally. But I thoroughly enjoyed it the last time I went, and we're making progress.
Excellent. Thank you, councillor Hart. I've got councillor Rogers.
Just maybe a bit, Madam Mayor. The SBC and the parish assembly, that's sit next week, so the report back to on point.
Excellent, thank you. Have any of the other meetings been attended by anyone in the room? I think there might be a few that haven't met, so there'll probably be a bit more of a comprehensive report to come at the next meeting. Thank you. Councillor Salt.
I asked if I could go on to the Middle and Bloom, go to the Middle and Bloom meeting to represent the council. But I haven't had any communication. Do they tell you when the meetings are, or how does that come to me? Because I can't see anything on my Facebook page saying when the meetings are. So I don't know if I've missed one, but I haven't been told that. So
I've emailed them to tell them that you are our representatives, 3 Bill from Bloom representatives, and then Fair Trade, there's 2 of you.
There's 2 as well, I think. So
Yes, I've emailed them to say, with everybody's email addresses to say, can you let them know? So
I think there are some planned activities from Biddulph and Bloom, including the open gardens.
Yeah.
Over the festival season, so to have a look at the festival brochure, there's some information in there. And I think they posted on social media as well. If it's £10 a ticket, but there's some really wonderful properties that are showcasing the gardens, and it's a really nice project. I had a look last year, which was really good. Thank you very much. So moving on to accounts and finances, we've got tabled A to approve the accounts to be paid in June 2026, which are listed there. And we've got B as well, but we've taken them separately. Can someone please propose A for payment? Councillor Salt. Okay, Councillor Salt proposed, Councillor Proudlove to second. All in favour of accepting those? Thank you. And B, we've got supplementary accounts on a separate piece here, 2-page document, 3-page document. If someone would like, and that's split into expenditure over 500 and expenditure less than 500. And we'll take those together if someone can propose those for payment. Councillor Hawley, seconded by Councillor Hart. All in favour? Lovely, thank you. As some more. Councillor Salt's an abstention for expenses paid. And Councillor Lawton. And those are recorded. Thank you very much. So that comes to the end of our public agenda this evening. And we will be saying bye to people on YouTube as we go into our confidential items. And that is in accordance with the Public Bodies Admission to Meetings Act 1960, Section 1. The council is to determine which items, if any, should be taken with the public excluded. So thank you for watching us online as we go into confidential.